8-mile handicap has a storied history, with past winners including Winks.
So Winks has drawn clear in the Doncaster. He's 9 in a row. She breaks all the records today. She's a champion, Winks.
Sunline.
Sunline's in front. Shogun Lodge tries to pick her up. The great mare fight. She hangs on.
And Superimpose, who won the race a second time, shouldering a whopping 59.5 kilos.
Superimpose is mowing down Liverstone Lane. Superimpose has done it again. He's done it again.
TJ Smith and daughter Gay Waterhouse are both synonymous with the race, each with 7 wins.
She's in front in this mighty mare. More Joyous goes on to win it from shootout.
But Chris Waller is closing in, already 6 to his name, including 2015 when he trained the first 4 home.
Sacred Falls and Royal Ascent. Sacred Falls. Can he do it back to back? Sacred Falls does it. Back to back for Sacred Falls beat Royal Ascent and Weary.
Glenn Boss, with 7, has the most wins of any jockey.
And it's another Doncaster for Glenn Boss. Brutal.
While in 2018, Happy Clapper, without Winks breathing down his neck, ran the fastest Doncaster mile in the history of this great race.
It's his day today. Happy Clapper takes out the Doncaster.
Katie McDonald taking us through the history, and there's the trophy, a distinguishing looking trophy. So Ben Melham goes from barrier 1 on Tom Kitten. He's with Richo.
Ben Melham arrives in Sydney, Ben, with a live chance coming up in a Group 1 where uniquely you ride against your wife. Are you getting used to riding against your wife?
Well, mate, she did want to come out and do this interview. We see enough of each other at home, so we don't need to be doing interviews together at the races. But yeah, no, it's obviously good. It's we're a long way apart. I'm on barrier 1 and she's out there in the boondocks. So anyway, yeah, it'll be interesting. We've both got great hopes, and it'd be lovely if one of us could win, preferably me.
Yeah, you've been riding against each other for a while there, but does it change at all now that you are actually married?
Not really. I mean, at the end of the day, we're paid to do a job, so we go out and do that job. So, you know, by the same token, it's a dangerous sport, so everyone's out there to look after each other, but we run competitive at the same time. Yeah,
that's a good point you raised. We saw you both together with Cascadian, a horse that's close to both of your hearts.
Yeah, it was good to see Cascadian. A horse that Jamie was able to win a Doncaster on, and obviously he was a good horse to me as well. He won 2 Australian Cups, so lovely to catch up with him, get off and do a great job with the rehoming of these horses, and he's enjoying a happy life.
Another wheel's drawn wide for Jamie. You're drawn beautifully. How is the Pussycat, Tom Kitten?
Well, he's in career best form, I reckon. You know, he was unsuited the other day. He drew out off the track in a race that lacked tempo, and he doesn't have a lot of tactical speed, which sort of, I thought his run was good given the circumstances. It'll be a different story today with him drawn 1. He'll be closer in the run. There looks good speed, but he's a horse you can't sort of get out of his rhythm too much. You know, they seem to be getting away from the rail, but it was good to see Vinrock kick up the inside there. So I'm thinking he'll be ridden in a similar sort of way. Yeah, and as I said, obviously it's a big field. There's a lot of chances, but he's in with as good a hope as any.
Mate, good luck today, and hopefully your wife wants to hang out with us in the future.
Yeah, well, you might have to get more exciting for her, mate.
Good stuff. Here's linebacker, the 3-year-old in the race. He comes out of a win in the race that Celeste Legend did last year. Celestial Legend to win this Doncaster. Chris Waller, well, he's gang tackling at Richo. He's got 5 runners. He does it so often, doesn't he? Not the favourite in this, but he's got some good chances and some fascinating runners.
You like Moira. How do we possibly line up Moira? Militarised went to stud and failed there and has come back. Anisette and also Moira, we just don't know enough about. And Kovalika, well, I thought he was a stayer, but maybe he's a miler. I'm confused. Firestorm's the best chance.
So it was Chris's first Group 1. We heard him talking about that. Can you believe that? And then Rangi Randu won. And then his 21st with Sacred Falls won the first of 2. And then he won 12 more by the time he got there. And when Kermadec won, so 3 in a row at this stage, 43. And then when Winks won in 2016, his 62nd Group 1. Can you believe it? He's had 114 Group 1 since, but hasn't got a Doncaster since. He's had a lot of runners. He's had huge success in the race, but it's a tough race to win.
Oh, it certainly is. So he won 6 in 9 years, and now he's found it really tough to win it again. But I think it's the 5th major. It's the unofficial major.
And Alma Beer here to Andre Adzani for William Haggis. And William Haggis' record in Australia is remarkable here in Sydney, isn't it?
It certainly is, but he does traditionally bring legitimate group horses, whereas this guy's been more of a listed guy, as opposed to Daeb and Dubai Honour and even Lake Forest. They've been they've been group horses.
Now, this bloke's going to be a big odd. So that's William Haggis, the conqueror. Let's go to Emma. She's with some of the top jockeys in the Doncaster.
Well, the Doncaster Mile, it is one of the most iconic races in Sydney over the testing, 1,600 metres here at Royal Randwick, joined by the delightful Jamie Carr. I mean, you love another wheel. He's a Group 1 winner this preparation. How do you feel he's going to handle a high-pressure situation like this?
He'll be fine. I'm glad we're not in barrier 1 today.
Wide gate, though. Are you worried about that at all?
Yeah, look, we just have to ride him quiet today. It's not going to be ideal, but he's improving every single start, so I'm sure he's got it in him. I just got to ride him well.
It is what it is. Go and enjoy it and go get him.
Thank you.
Jamie Mellum there. Over here I can see Jay Ford getting directions from Chris Waller for Firestorm. She's got to be given a massive chance. She was flashing home oh so well at her last start. And then Kieran McAvoy, who will ride Kovalika as well. Tim Clark on New Endeavour. And there's Mick Day. Tommy Berry, who's coming out right now, and you can see shaking hands with Connections. Of course, he will be on board Gringotts. Was the last start Group 1 winner in the George Rider. He's got his game face on, ready to rock and roll. And Reece Jones on board NCAP. I mean, you got to throw him in the field. 51 kilos, not a worry for you.
Yeah, look, I haven't found too many advantages of being this short without being my weight down, so that's definitely one of them. So I did it easy enough, could ride 50 today, but just to see if the horse is backed up well from Tuesday. I'm sure Gary and the team haven't done much with him from then, so yeah, looking forward to it.
He did a great job on Tuesday. It was a bit of a flashing light run. So in a high-pressure situation with a capacity field, what's the plan?
Yeah, look, hopefully just give him a bit more squeeze out. Don't want to drop him back so far. If he can be in a midfield spot, following the right horses, and he's backed up well, he's got a bit of freshness in his legs. I'm sure he can run really well.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, Emma.
Reece Jones there. So this is one of the big races of the day. In years gone past, this day was called Doncaster Day. Sun is shining, big crowd, jocks ready. It's game time.
Set it up perfectly, Em. So many stories. Frosty Lane, he's won 4 Group 1s in Japan. He's got such a record here in Australia with Japanese horses. Linebacker, that 3-year-old, a lot have won over the years. They hadn't won for a while until Celestial Legend. They are such a force in this race. Andre Adzeni's won a Sydney Cup. Could he win a Doncaster? He's been in incredible form of late in Hong Kong. And what about Zach Burton, the Hong Kong king, of course, the Aussie, chasing a 4th Doncaster on the fascinating Moira. Ali, there are not many better betting races in Sydney than a Doncaster. Give it to us, girl.
That's absolutely right, Bruce. Anything you like, back it, because anything can happen here. It's such an exciting betting affair. So our 550 favourite here is Linebacker. He's been 6 into 550 just in the last couple of moments. Actually, our worst way home is Tom Kitten, who has about 20% of the investment. He's been 8 into 650 if he can get some luck. Gringotts, 650 out to 7. He's also a big loser in our books. Another Will, 850 into 750. Jamie Mellum not worried about the wide gate there. Firestorm, 750 to 850 up to opening 11s. Royal Patronage has been 10 to 14. Moira pretty solid now at $16. 18 about Steffi Magnetica, perhaps the forgotten horse. Rise at Dawn is at 23, who's been backed in from $31 this morning. Then we had Kovalika at 31 heading the rest of them, and not a great deal of movement that I can report towards the back end of the market. There's been a little bit for Alma Beer actually, who's been 61 into $51. But Tom Kitten and Gringotts, the 2 best backed and our worst results. Linebacker is just firmed though into 550 favourite. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Such a typical Doncaster. 12 individual Group 1 winners are worth 13 before the scratching of Celestial Legend. And one of those Group 1 winners is at the top. His name is Another Will, and here's Lizzie.
Look at this guy. He has a huge stride on him. He really stretches out as he wanders along, and he's a very good racehorse as well. We know that the mile is not an issue for him. He's got a really good demeanour, very settled and relaxed, and he's handling the conditions well, just like a Group 1 winner does.
So tick, tick, tick. Briasa won a Hunter. This bloke won a Gong and a Big Dance. Those races late in the spring are proving to be pretty good, aren't they?
Oh, no doubting that. He's class, isn't he? Winks is the last horse to win a rider and then win a Doncaster. That's the task ahead. But he doesn't, I think he meets them all fair enough at the weights. Tom Kitten's going to be hard to beat on that rider, though.
Classically, this guy is a 2,000 metre horse, and lots of people say that you need a 2,000 metre horse to win a Doncaster. He stays all day, super friendly. Look, we're actually having a bit of a traffic jam at the moment, and he's drawn the inside gate, so he's going to have a great chance of running right up to his recent form. He's a gorgeous individual, like a lot of these horses in this field. Have a look at how he's turned out, nice and fit and forward in condition. He's definitely filled out from last time that I've seen him, and he's the horse that I think gets all the favours.
So that's a good push from Lizzie. Let's have a look at the Japanese horse. He beat Equinox as a young horse in the 2,000 guineas. That's the best form you can get, isn't it?
It certainly is. So, and then 4 starts ago, he was only beaten 3 and a bit lengths by Romantic Warrior in a Group 1 over a mile. What odds would Romantic Warrior be in a race like this? The issue is he can be slow away, and he's drawn a wide barrier, so good luck for Damien Lane. Gee, Pericles is going well.
He was second in this race last year, and we're not really thinking about it. He's a good horse. He hasn't been able to break through for that Group 1. He's won a lot of money. This horse was third in this race last year, so he went to start, didn't work out, to come back, and his 2 runs have been a little bit below par. He's taking his time to find that form again, isn't he?
And the first of Chris's runners. Chris has got 6 wins in the race now. The record is 7. That's Gay and TJ. Chris Waller would love to join in here. Talking about Gay, there she is with Royal Patronage, who has to be a live chance.
He's well weighted, I reckon.
Yeah.
54.5. He's going to go forward. He's got a fantastic chance in the race. He's one of many big hopes. He looks well. We know he's tough. Steffi Magnetica, Ellie mentioned, may be the forgotten horse. That Stradbroke Doncaster doubles, not easy to do. Is she up for it, do you think?
I thought she was going okay first up. Second up, just fair. Keep in mind, she ran 4th in a Cantala. What do we do with an American Oaks winner called Anisette?
She's won 3 Group 1s over there. They haven't been the absolute top shelf. The price probably tells you the story. The other North American mare is even more interesting. It's Moira, and I can't wait to see what Lizzie thinks.
This is my first look at Moira, and I'm very, very impressed. There's not a massive amount of her, but she's very athletic looking. She's got a really strong will to get on with it. You can see she's quite anxious, and they're just keeping her going at the moment, but she's got a good coat on her, very fit and forward in condition, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do from a very tricky gate in a Doncaster.
Her tote price would be so short because this is a whirlpool race, and all those Hong Kong punters have backed Zach Purton here. I think find a fixed price for Moira.
Just Folk was very good on Tuesday. It's difficult to see him winning this race on this track now, as it's a good form. Kovalik is going pretty well. He hasn't won for a long time.
Yeah, since winning a Queensland Derby, and they've tried him out to a staying trip. He ran 10th in a Melbourne Cup. Port Lockroy is a Group 1 winner, winning the Railway. Now, first up run was okay. I can imagine he'll improve today. I think he's over the odds. He should be about half that price. I think he's a 20-to-1 chance.
And that's a handicap mile like this, the Railway. That's the big one there. Now, here's William Haggis's horse. Is he there with him? Almabir. He's big odds. He's been specced. What do you think?
Yeah, he's been placed at group level, but not the absolute top of the pop. So I thought his run in the RANDWICK was okay without being startling. New Energy. Synthetic hoof filler for Dylan Gibbons here. Second up from a spell, ran last in the Ajax, would need to lift. This is a good roughie, because just don't underestimate Björn Baker. He's got this guy flying.
You just wonder about the last 100 metres. I talked about Overpass, how good he was, but that last 50 metres.
So true.
NCAP got a long way back on Tuesday, ran home well. We've heard from Rhys Jones. Look, he's a good horse. Can he win a Doncaster with not much weight? Maybe. Firestorm's fascinating. She gave Lady Shenandoah a real hurry up, didn't she?
She certainly did. I've got her with Gringotts as the 2 top picks. I think she'll run an outstanding race.
Let's go down and join Lizzie, who's with the 3-year-old in the race, the favourite linebacker.
He looks phenomenal. You're absolutely right. He does look phenomenal. And I think the big key with him is that his attitude is completely different this time around. He's very professional. He knows his job since he's been gelded. He's a Group 1 winner of the mile here at Randwick. He's got 49 kilos on his back. Go on, one last word. Do you think he can win?
He's definitely probably the horse to beat, yeah.
Right, well, that's enough for me. Good luck.
That's a yes, by the way, the one to beat. Rise at Dawn, about the same as Mr. Brightside in terms of all the stats when he won his first Doncaster 3 years ago, Mr. B.
And he is my roughie in the race. I think he'll run a slashing race right at Rise at Dawn.
Let's hear from the favourites trainer, linebackers trainer, John O'Shea.
I think, yeah, just get out and so I wouldn't be sending him a message, but just come and be positive, and as you said, get into that rhythm. And once he's in that beautiful, sweet rhythm, well, it's all over from there.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, like you want to ideally stay one off where you can go when you want to go.
Exactly. Yeah, especially with the way the track's playing today. But I think that will enable us our draw.
It's pretty confident, John. Explicit instructions here to Zach. Lizzie, oh boy. Not easy, these races. Give us your pick of the yard. You were spot on in the TJ.
I'm with Tom Kitten on top, but that's not saying that, you know, you could go for 5 or 6 horses in this field. There's not actually one that doesn't look great. Probably Steffi's the only one that still has a bit of improvement to come in her coat, but that's been well documented all the way through. So Tom Kitten goes on top. The other horse that I want to give a push to is Linebacker. His attitude is excellent, and wowee, Moira, she drawn a gate. Ooh, look out.
Okay, that's interesting. Ali, oh boy. What about from you? Give us the market mover from the tab.
It's Tom Kitten, Bruce, $8 into $6, and he's just edged out Gringotts' best back tier.
Thanks, Ali. M, you've got Kieran Ma.
3 runners in the race, Bruce, including your top weight in Another Will, that wide gate that scared Jamie a little bit. Does it scare you?
Well, he's a very, very good horse, and I think he's pretty spot on. So, not really, but it'll be down to inches this race, I reckon. And I think Gringotts has drawn and weighted. It's probably, I have to go with him slightly over Will, but yeah, Will's probably, there's not much between them at all.
Tommy Berry, big game face just then. He is serious about winning a Doncaster.
He is on, and the horse is very similar, so he is hoping.
And the one right down the bottom there, New Energy?
New Energy, he'll need a bit of luck. He's got a wide gate. He does have that ability. Probably wants it a little bit wetter.
Gringotts the pick.
Gringotts.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Kieran Ma there, Bruce.
So big chances, aren't they, right at the top? Fancy having number 1 and 2. Richo?
It's a special race, isn't it? I think it's the 5th major. It's the great race, the Doncaster Mile. I think Gringotts can win. Firestorm will charge at it late. And the best roughie for mine, the emergency gains a start rise at dawn.
Yeah, he does look as though he is really well placed in this race, just with the weight and the fact that he's going to get a nice run in transit. I'm sticking with Tom. What's your thoughts, Bruce? We know you're hot on this Doncaster.
I think Rise of Dawn's got a massive chance, heaps of chance. I'm with Royal Patronage. I like him at Randwick. I think he'll go forward, he'll be tough, but it's going to be a blanket finish. I think Kieran Ma's spot on. There will be centimetres in it late. It's an amazing race. Richo talked about it being the 5th major. It's held its spot. I mean, we're in a period of innovation and change, but this Doncaster means something. It's one of the great handicaps. It's alongside the Melbourne Cup. The Caulfield Cup's the other one, but it's one of the great handicaps from a country that has based its racing on handicaps over the years. It's a fair track, it's a big field, and it's a huge moment. Here we go. Darren Flindell for the 2025 version, the 160th running of the Doncaster.
Ready now. The Star Doncaster Mile, $4 million in prize money. And they're off and racing. Geoglyph was one of the last out together with NCAP. Now sharp out of the gates was Pericles from Rise at Dawn. Gringotts very handy together with Steffi Magnetica. And wide out, Just Focus, slowly rolling forward. Tom Kitten takes a spot down on the rails. Another Will's deep out on the outside of Militarise, and then came Alma Beer. Further back then to NCAP has been able to make up for lost ground there at the start. So Alma Beers are well back in the field together with Firestorm as they go to the first turn. Linebackers well back together with Anisette. Iona Merck is well back in the field. And they're followed by New Energy, Kovalika, and Geoglyph is the last one. So the Doncaster field run down the side, and Rise at Dawn goes to the front here. It's Rise at Dawn showing the way by a half length on Pericles. Royal Patronage 3 out in 3rd. Gringotts gets the right spot, 4th right behind them. Then came Just Folk, another Will covering a bit of ground. Then came Tom Kitten, Port Lockroy, Steffi Magnetica. Hard held between runners. Now Purton starts his run on Moira. Coming around the turn, Firestorm revved up. Further back is Anisette as they straighten up now. And Rise at Dawn comes up the rise, being tackled by Pericles. is Royal Patronage. Another will the outside. Steffi Magnetica's angling into the clear. Gringotts Tom Kitten taking inside runs. Steffi Magnetica's working into the clear. They're right across the track. It's Royal Patronage. Steffi Magnetica up the inside. Rise at Dawn. End cap. Steffi! She got there today. Steffi Magnetica right on the line, nailing on the outside, Royal Patronage, and end cap whizzing home with Rise at Dawn, Tom Kitten. Wide out another will militarise. Then came Alma Beer, followed by Iona Merck, Gringotts, Pericles, New Energy, Port Lockroy, Firestorm. Linebacker was always back in the field from Just Folk, Coverley, Caranaset, Geoglyph, and Moira was one of the last to finish.
What a finish, what a finish. And Steffi Magnetica gets up in the last stride to beat Royal Patronage, who covered a lot of ground and was so brave. So she wins the Stradbroke as a 3-year-old filly and wins the Doncaster as a 4-year-old mare. It's only been done by one other horse ever, and that's Private Steer. That's how hard that is. Bjorn Baker, the rising star, continues to rise.
Oh, this is off the charts. The Steffi tie goes on. He celebrates with this big group of devoted owners, including the Cunninghams, who of course race her. I tell you what, third up, that's her time. She peaks third up, doesn't she?
Yeah, huge. I must say, massive, massive thrill. I've got my biggest clients in this horse. I've got a great team. And from vets, everyone, Jim Clark, Cressfield, we bought her off. Jason Collett, I think he's ridden more winners for me in Australia than anyone. Ken, he just draws great gates, 3, 4, 5. No, but very, very special. I needed to win a big race at the championships, and my team did. We're mindful of that. We've had a great year, great 2-3 years. We've been 0 here, but we're back.
You've been here for a while, don't you worry about that. This mare, though, now she's got 2 Group 1s next to her name, a Doncaster and a Stradbroke, 2 of the great Australian races. She's very valuable now.
Yeah, and very valuable for Ridgemont, the Cunningham family, and she's worth a fortune. And even, I think Jason would be a bit like me. He needed a big win through this carnival as well. So no, it's very special. And my wife, Andrea, she was here and she had to go, but...
Right, mate?
Yeah. Hay fever. It's very bad at this time of year. It means a lot.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, mate. Congratulations. There's another lovely bunch of ladies here. I'm sure Lauralee or one of those will give you a cuddle if Andrea's not here.
Oh, Mitch, congratulations to you and the family. Absolutely remarkable she's been able to win that Doncaster.
Yeah, look, she's probably, you know, we were worried, you know, she hadn't come back in as good a form as she was showing us last prep. She's always very good third up. Second up, she can be flat. But we were confident going into today. She's such a strong, tough mare. Björn is going as good as any trainer, and we're just so proud of her.
Have a look at behind us. Who are all these people? They're absolutely thrilled, mate.
Well, it's actually a small ownership group, but it's all family. There's fathers and sons. There's us. There's my yearling manager. So it's a beautiful group of owners, and it's such a thrill for everyone.
Well, you've had an incredible run with Stormboy and her. You deserve every bit of it. Go and enjoy that. Well done.
Scenes down here with the big cuddles with all the big blokes, including you. You're a hero to this team at the moment. How does it feel to win a Donny? It's a Doncaster.
I'm kind of shocked, to be honest, Emma. I was in front of the line. I was like, holy hell, shit, I've just won. I don't know. I was just trying to get it comfortable. She over-raced for most of that race, though. Went a very slow tempo, but I was in the right spot, and her turn of foot was electric. Yeah.
She's the most amazing mare, because you look at her in the yard and you go, oh, you got a bit to come. But then she's just got this motor and this engine and this will to win.
She looks awful in the yard.
She does.
Listen, we've got to be frank here. She did come on a lot from that last up performance, and I liked her gallop better on the Tuesday. I didn't bolt as quick as, or it was a bit more of a sustained bolt. But she's unbelievable. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You are lost for words because this race, as Richo has alluded to throughout the day, it's like the 5th major. Like the Donny is the race that you want to win when you live in Sydney.
It is. Bjorn just said get to the fence, but not like you did in the slipper. So, you know. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm just a bit...
I've never seen you like this, hey? Usually so cool, calm and collected.
Thanks, Emma. Cheers.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
We've just seen 3 grown men have trouble talking, haven't we?
Hay fever season, Bruce. Don't underestimate it.
102 rides in a Group 1 before he actually got that Group 1 victory. He's now at 8 Group 1s. This partnership is so strong. We love these scenes. He's now an Australian Bjorn, but he will forever be the crazy Kiwi.
Oh, there's a couple of Kiwis there, if you don't mind. What rider? We interviewed Shane Dye the other day. I said that he was the 7th best Kiwi jockey. Shane, you're down under 8. Now number 8 after Jay Collett was just magnificent, wasn't he?
Just came off the back of Royal Patronage, didn't she? And she sprinted so well. NCAP was enormous and Rise of Dawn's hung on so well.
Yeah, a lot to dissect. I think it was a very slowly run contest from first assessment, but when you have a look at a horse like Steffi Magnetica, we said...
And still a massive one to come with the Australian Derby. A couple of $1 million with so much glorious history over 3 centuries now. Let's take a look at it.
In the spring of 1861, not only was the first Melbourne Cup held, but north of the border the AJC RANDWICK Derby Stakes was also first run. Now known as the ATC Australian Derby, the 2,400-metre Group 1 for 3-year-olds has been won by champions of all eras, including Farlap, Tulloch and Kingston Town, who in 1980 provided TJ Smith with a record 9th derby.
Kingston Town racing away from Mr. Independent.
Fellow Cox Plate legends Dulcify, Bone Crusher and Octagonal also left their mark on the race. Kiwi Murray Baker has won the race 5 times, including with Star Colt, It's a Done Deal in 2013. And in 2020, when alongside Andrew Forsman, he trained Quick Thinker to victory.
Quick Thinker just in front from Zabrowski. Quick Thinker holds on.
Lovely touch, Emily Murphy taking us through that. Of course, she strapped one of the winners in Dundee, didn't she?
Oh, she certainly did. And Mongolian Khan was able to win it. So this fillies in the Australian Derby is interesting. So we go back to Shamrocker in 2011, the last to be able to do it, but only 4 have been able to win this great race. So, and also you start to think about the New Zealand Derby and whether that's going to be strong enough. You've got to be really good to be able to do the New Zealand and ATC Derby.
And that's for sure and certain. So all that to ponder as we look forward to having a look at the 3-year-olds as they parade for the Australian Derby.
Get on Thursday as the boys and I deliver the winners.
What price is Methuselah? $12. $12. Okay, I like a similar priced horse in this race. Should we put one?
Well, tell me what it is first.
Charisse.
Charisse. No, I don't want to take. Get on Thursday on racing.com.
Okay, boys, you've both won at the track and the trip. Who am I going to back?
Introducing Easy Form. Quick, easy and free to use with Unibet. What's gambling really costing you?
Okay, boys, you've both won at the track and the trip. Who am I going to back?
Introducing Easy Form. Quick, easy and free to use with Unibet. What's gambling really costing you?
Okay, boys, you've both won at the track and the trip. Who am I going to back?
Introducing Easy Form. Quick, easy and free to use with Unibet. What's gambling really costing you?
Oh, you're in the big leagues now.
How was your vacations there?
Oh, I needed one.
With your 10% loyalty program discount, that's $330 for the night.
Not bad.
$250 for the night.
Hold up. How? It's easy when you know where to look.
Trivago compares hotel prices from more than 100 booking sites, so you can save up to 30%.
Trivago is my secret tactic.
Hotel? Trivago.
Welcome back. The team at My Racehorse, a great opportunity coming up in the next race here at Royal Randwick to get another Group 1 on the board with this guy. His name is Willie Dewitt. He is the winner of the New Zealand Derby and he's looking to do a double that has been not achieved for many, many years. And here he is down at Bong Bong at Kieran Maher's property. He will, of course, taking over the training duties of this guy in due course. But at the moment, he is under the astute care of Emma and Sean Clotworthy. They do an amazing job in New Zealand and they are thrilled to bring him here to Sydney today. Now, if you'd like to get involved with the team at My Racehorse, here is the Ole Kirk Oxford Angel Colt. This is the full brother to King Kirk, who you will remember winning the Breeders' Plate at the end of last year. He is currently being raised on Vinery Stud Farm in the Hunter Valley. $129 for your share, with the working name of Prince Kirk, Bruce. He will be named in due course and that will give all of the owners the opportunity to have a vote as to what they want to name him.
He's a precious young horse, isn't he? No doubt about that. So well bred with all of that background. So the Australian Derby here. So the Nathan Berry medal. Let's see what's been happening. Pretty even. We expected that today, didn't we, Richo? So Jason Collins just got his nose in front. Tim Clark's had a terrific day. He's had a winner outside that Nathan Berry as well, or a couple.
So it's only the Group 1 races and also the Country Championship where the votes are 3-2-1. So at the moment, Jay Collins, Steffi, the mighty Steffi Magnetica winning for Björn Baker. There's a couple of Kiwi rascals, if you don't mind, especially the bloke who's doing the picking up.
So Ryan Moore with the Derby over the years. So could he win a Derby in yet another country? Have a look at the spread here.
Oh, it's remarkable, isn't it? And his record at Epsom's just superb. Most of these, of course, are with Coolmore, though he went over to the Hong Kong Derby in 2018, Dubai as well, and Belmont. We're going to see more and more horses with that American link, especially with the breeders.
So he rides for Chris Waller here with Imperialist. He's got a bad draw, but he's a good, solid racehorse. Will Friedman there, one of three trainers that are hoping to get a first Group 1 here, and Tom Sherry, the jockey.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a beauty for Tom Sherry? He's a quality rider, and well, Will Friedman's done a bit of work with us, so we're backing for him.
So let's go to the tab. Aliana has been just so popular all week. Is that continuing today?
Absolutely it is, Bruce. She is all the rage. She's into 240 now, and with almost 50% of the money invested on her. Between herself and Willie Dewitt, they have 75% of the hold here. He's got about 25%. So Aliana, who went up 360, is obviously our 240 outright favourite. Willie Dewitt has just eased today, $3.80 to $5, but is still our second best backed. Plymouth has been a mover at odds there, 13 into 8.50. Then we've got Shanwa, 9.50 into 9. 14 out from 12 about King of Thunder on the backup. Gold Rush Guru, 12 to 15. 23 for Firm Agreement. 34 for the Doctor of Love and Pocketing on the backup as well. And then $41 or more the rest of them. So all the action, as I said, is at the top end of the market with these top two runners holding 75% of the money, which is a pretty decent amount. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Good on you, Ali. We'll come back and get that market mover. Let's go into the mounting yard for the Australian Derby. One of those horses Ali talking about. Will he do it? Here's Lizzie.
Well, he is carrying the hopes of 2,800 owners in this race, and he's got a terrific chance, the New Zealand Derby winner. Have a look at how he's turned out. He has not got a pick of fat on him. Really forward in condition. He's a big, strong, powerful stayer. And I tell you what, Bruce and Richo, if this guy wins, they'll be tearing the house down.
There's a little bone crusher feeling about him today, Richard.
Isn't it? And my mother-in-law is one of them, so we wish her all the best. She's a good brood mare. She's a good dam and also a grand dam. Hope she's a Group 1 winner again.
Let's hope she is. Gold Rush Guru, Victoria Derby winner too, so got a New Zealand Derby Victoria. He wasn't good last start, but other than that, he was been ticking along, so he's a beautiful racehorse. Jamie knows him well. He'll run very, very well. Well, this was the horse that was second, the Doctor of Love, behind Willie Dewitt in the New Zealand Derby.
Yeah, so Willie Dewitt, I thought, was definitely superior to Dr. Love on that occasion, but you can understand why the Busted and Young team said, let's bring him over and have a go at this. Daniel Moore takes the ride. Daniel Moore rode him over in New Zealand when he won the Avondale Guineas and ran second in the Derby. Lizzie's alongside the horse on the up from Victoria.
This guy has done a great job so far this preparation. I've been following him like everyone very closely, and his performance last time out really put the icing on the cake to tell me that I think he's going to get the trip in the Derby. He's really nicely turned out today, holding good condition. He's quite an athletic looking horse, so he's got a really good turn of speed over these longer trips, and I think that's going to pose really well for today. If you're on him, he ticks all the boxes.
Chamois, they're going for 5 in a row trying to win this Derby. I think Plymouth's got an excellent chance, and he's solid in the market.
He certainly is, isn't he? Mark Zara won the race before with Lavendi. Lizzie's alongside the Tulloch winner, pocketing.
Well, he's got the right form reference, doesn't he? But that race was run on a Tuesday, as you know, and this is him backing up. So let's have a look at how he's presenting today in the yard. He looks as though he's pretty full of himself. He's got plenty of fitness on his side, nice dapples going all the way through his coat, and he's got to be a terrific chance.
There's about 6 that are doing the same thing, Richo, including Firm Agreement. This horse, he was the runner-up. He came from a mile back in the Tulloch.
Yeah, he ran really well. So the very quick backup's going to be a consideration here. And whether or not you think that the Tulloch form's the #1 form, I'm taking a slight risk. I thought maybe King of Thunder might have been the best of those, who also is horse number 8. There he is on screen. Wouldn't this be a moment for Zach Lloyd to join his father Jeff, who won it with Nom de Jure?
And J-Mac rode this bloke in the VRC Derby when he started favourite in a wide betting race. He's come back oh so well, King of Thunder. He also has to back up though, and it is a query. Some horses do it exceptionally well, and for others it's tough. This is another one doing it, Golden Century. So he ran 3rd in the New Zealand Derby, but unlike the other 2 that we've seen so far, he ran here on Tuesday.
And that's the query now. So now that makes us start to think, oh, how good is that New Zealand Derby form? Because I thought he was only just fair, and he didn't help himself at all. Ryan Moore's riding Imperialist. Chris Waller won the race with Riff Rocket last year. Can he go back-to-back?
He's a good stayer. Is he classy enough? Probably not. Chamois beat him comfortably in the Alistair Clark, but we know he'll get the trip. Mustang Morgan comes out of that Derby as well.
This is my roughie, Bruce. So in that Derby, he was sitting in a beautiful position, then he was shuffled back because a slow horse was in front of him, and he went from sitting 4th back to last, picked himself up, dusted himself off, and ran 4th. I can see him running a race today.
Busselton and Young have got 3 runners. Confetti Garden's a very honest horse. He's at long odds here. He ran well behind Chamois, and he ran in the Tulloch as well.
And Tommy Berry jumps on, and Tommy did combine with Trent to win with Tavago back in 2016. The Confetti Garden is horse number 13, a son of Saxon Warrior. Stablemate Sitsipas for the tennis fans out there. Ben Mellon's riding.
Yeah, it comes through very different form lines. Got some winning form, but they're in lower class races. It'll be a leap of faith to be confident about him. Yep, about the same price as Confetti Garden. Automaroa is the next one. That's Richard Litz and Chad Schofield here. So, again, another Tulloch runner. Ran pretty well, and before that, again, some winning form in lower class races.
Yeah, and that was in Canberra and also in Newcastle. So he's right in the deep end here, isn't he? Burn and win. Wouldn't this be a story for John Thompson and also for Tom Sherry?
He was 200-1 in the Rosehill Guineas and actually ran exceptionally well. He's sort of come out of the midway. Came out of the pocketing midway, so it turned out to be a good race. Kazuki's going to go forward and looks to be outclassed. And now we get to the favourite. So let's see what Lizzie thinks of Aliana.
I thought she looked a little bit rough in condition last time out in the Rosehill Guineas, but I reckon today this is a better parade from her. Her coat has definitely improved. You can see there's more of a gloss to it, so she's clearly done well between runs. That was an excellent performance. She was only narrowly beaten on that occasion, and the fact that she's come on nicely, I think that she can run really well. I was a little bit reserved about how she would perform, but I think she's done excellently in between her runs, and that gives me a really good guide that she can run up to expectations.
That's a good tick from Lizzie. And then Flying D'Argento, who gets the run because of the scratching of the races.
And it is an outsider because last start winning and a benchmark 58. That's totally different gravy than we've got here, Bruce.
Ali, give us the marker mover from the tab for the Australian Derby.
Well, Bruce, Aliana has just firmed again, so she's obviously by far and away best backed with over 50% of the investment, and she's come back into 230.
She is short. I mean, we all like her. You've got to put her in. Lizzie, you've pick of the yard. You've given a few ticks. Some have really impressed you. Who have you come up with?
Well, I've gone with the New Zealander. The first time having a look at him, he looked absolutely magnificent. And I tell you what, there is a whole heap of owners, not only in the theatre of the horse, but now outside here as well, and merging around us. So if he is able to get his nose in front at any point on the straight, he's going to be certainly a big spectacle here at Royal Randwick. The other horse I want to make a mention to is Shanwa, who looked excellent. And you heard what I talked about with Aliana. She does look better than she did last time out, and that's a really good indication she's done well in between runs.
That's a good push, isn't it? Em, you're down at the start. It's not a very long run to that first turn.
Yeah, it's not, because we're at the 200-metre mark here, Bruce, and Gates just there, and they've all just taken a canter up to the half-mile mark here at Royal Randwick, and they come back now. First in my sights is Pocketing, who is just taking everything in his stride, and then there's a couple on the pony as well, namely Mustang Morgan, who is just taking everything in his stride, just taking everything pretty easy as they approach the gates. Aliana, she's the lone filly in the field. She's not the biggest horse in the field as well, but she looks super relaxed heading off to that half-mile mark. And here we go. Horses just starting to come up and find these barrier attendants getting ready to load into the gates. There you can see firm agreement for Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald. Wouldn't that be a day for Tyler Schiller winning his second Group 1? And then Gold Rush Guru for Jamie Carr. They know that they'll ride that guy a little bit more quietly today. So Pocketing on your screen at the moment. And Josh Parr feeling a little wronged as to what happened in the TJ overpass so close. And he is sweating up a little bit, the quick backup proving it might be difficult for some of these horses. 6 coming through the Tulloch Stakes on Tuesday. But all in all, beautiful conditions. It's a nice busy start here. Crowd assembled at the 200-metre mark, and they will cheer when those gates fly open, and we're off and away in the Sydney Derby.
If Darren Flindell chokes in a moment, and we might get you to take his place. That was really good. So Chris Waller took a long time to win one of these derbies, and now he's trying to get 2 in a row, and he's doing it a different way with a filly, isn't he?
Yeah, it's so unique, isn't it, a filly running in this race. Now, behind us has been a horde of owners who are making their way through the tunnel into an area right near our commentary box. And I think they're all the Willie Do It owners, and they're still coming. There must be hundreds that are in this area. It is absolutely brilliant for racing, because for a lot of them, they've got the ability to own a little share and one horse, not 2, just 1, and they're suddenly got a chance to be involved in racing. It'd be awesome if he runs well.
It's a brilliant innovation. It's the way to go, isn't it? To spread the love, spread the costs, and bring more people in. And you feel like you're. There's a guy called Graham. I don't know his surname. That I see at a cafe in Goolwa, down in the Fleurieu Peninsula, who is in Willie Do It. And he told me about Willie Do It 6 months ago, and we've been riding the wave too. So there you go. So that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Research in 1989. The last favourite to win this. And since then, look at these names. Slight Chance, Denendri, Special Harmony, Miss Finland, Montefilia, all favourites, and none of them won.
Wow.
So this is a big ask. This is a big ask for Aliana. They're good horses. They're top-class horses. And it's been a long time since a filly started favourite and won.
I just think if it wasn't Chris Waller doing it, I don't think she would be the price that she is. I just feel as though he adds so much tax for horses and where he goes with his preparation with them, because he's so good at placing his horses and knowing what is best for them. She's light, lean, she's not a standout, but was Norma Steffi, and she won a Doncaster. So I'm prepared to sit on the fence, see how she goes, but Willie Do It to me looked fantastic, and Shanwa Richo is the one that I really have a lot of time for.
And the X factor in the race is the VRC Derby winner. He was too bad to be true last start, but that's when he was leading. And they've said, we made an error there. Can Jamie Mellon get him to settle, and can we see the real Gold Rush Guru today?
First run in 1861 in the spring, just before the first Melbourne Cup. That's how far it goes back. And the 2025 edition is a beauty. Here's Darren for the Australian Derby.
Here in the Australian Derby, and the filly, Aliana favourite, they're off and racing. She hopped out well. Plymouth handled the start quite nicely as well. Being sent forward there sits a pass. And Willie Do It not too far away. Mustang Morgan is striding forward on the outside. So there's a few having a bite for the lead. And it's Plymouth pressing on with Mustang Morgan the outside. King of Thunder holding a prominent role together with Aliana. and just caught a little bit deep. Sits a pass 3 wide in the early part. Will he do it? Gets onto his back. They're followed then by Autumn in the middle of the ruck with Shanwar down on the rails. Further back to the Doctor of Love, 3 wide around Golden Century. Firm Agreement right up along the rails. A length and a half then to Burn and Win on the inside of Pocketing. Now Gold Rush Guru taken back and switches off in the quite nicely really, Gold Rush Guru. In advance of Kasuki, then Flying Argento, Imperialist and Confetti Garden is last. So Plymouth heads the Derby field up to the back. Out by 3/4 to Mustang Morgan. King of Thunder a lot closer today. So's Aliana and Sitsa passes on a wide path. They're followed by Shanwar down on the rails. Now Willie Do It's wider out, but looks to have a bit of cover there, Willie. Up on the outside of Autumn. Further back then to Firm Agreement, Golden Century. The Doctor of Love out 3 wide, but right on the back of Willie. Further back in the race to Burn and Win. Then came Pocketing from Confetti Garden. Well back Gold Rush Guru, Kasuki, Flying Argento, and Imperialist is last of all, about 16 off the lead. So it's Plymouth at the 1,000, a half in front to Mustang Morgan. Then came King of Thunder, very well positioned on the inside of Aliana. Sitsa Pass has been wide from the start, so's Willie Do It, but it looks as though Mickey D is starting to take closer order here on the Kiwi. Shamwar's right there on the fence as they race inside the 700 now, and Plymouth just in front of Mustang Morgan. Aliana is poised to pounce. She's peeling 3 wide, laying it down to the leaders now. King of Thunder slipping right up on the inside. Shamwar's taking a rails run, and Willie Do It's under plenty of pressure as they turn, and Plymouth swings in front from the filly Aliana, who strides up boldly on the outside, and Aliana now takes the lead of the 300, beating off Plymouth. Shanwar, King of Thunder on the rails. Further back to Willie Do It and Firm Agreement. Aliana 175 out, 2 lengths clear from Willie Do It. Firm Agreement, but she's really opening up now, Aliana, and the filly's going to destroy them in the Derby. Aliana, different class. Boy, she towered the boys up by 5. Firm Agreement, I think, second, just in front of Shanwar. Close up on the outside, Willie Do It. Then King of Thunder. Further back, Autumn from Pocketing. Plymouth, the Doctor of Love. Then came Gold Rush Guru, Sitsa Pass, Kasuki, Flying Argento, Burn and Win, Imperialist, Confetti Garden, and Mustang Morgan. Wow, she is different class.
What a performance in a season of outstanding 3-year-old fillies. She is right up there with them. She absolutely demolished the colts there. She raced away for them for Chris and Zach, for Damien, I should say. It was superb, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. I mean, she didn't just win, she won by a margin, and that was an easy performance. I'd have to say the other horse that you have to give a big lot of credit to is Willie Do It, who covered so much ground. But look at that big margin that she's won by. So hard to get a filly to win the Derby. We've named, and you spoke about some of the great horses that have given it a go, but Chris stuck to his guns. He said this is the race that she is set for, and wow, once again, Bruce, he's right.
177 Group 1 wins. He knows what he's doing, so he's won consecutive Derby. She's the first filly to start favourite and win the race in 36 years, and she's won by a cricket pitch. Willie Do It was fantastic. There were some good runs behind her. If I was a promoter, you'd go to Chris Waller and say, go on, take on Treasure of the Moment next week in the Oaks. Now, how big would that be? Firm Agreement runs well, Shanwar runs very well, and Willie Do It was oh so brave. But there's going to be an argument. There's going to be an argument. Which is the best 3-year-old filly, staying filly, particularly if Treasure of the Moment does what we think she'll do next week?
Well, what do you think at this point in time?
I want another week to think about it. But that's the performance of the year from a 3-year-old staying filly.
And we've still got one more to go with Treasure of the Moment stepping out in the Oaks on Saturday, but she was oh so impressive. Damien Lane, another Group 1, he's just riding on the crest of a wave.
So 7 Group 1s for Damien. His previous best in the season was 5, so he's going further and further away from that. He's up to 39 Group 1s, and Chris gets to 16 Group 1s for the season, 2 shy of his all-time record of 18. And M, what a trainer, what a training performance, what a win.
What a filly. She's just streeted them like that's total girl power. The first filly to win a Derby in 14 years, and she's done it, it looks like, on her ear. Well done.
No, it was a great performance, and all credit to her. Yeah, she's had a couple of near misses in Group 1s, but she's got her own, and she's got it in good style.
You've competed her against the boys all throughout this preparation. What was it at the start of the prep that you went, because you've got this amazing crop of fillies and we've spoken about it before, to go, you know what, I'm going to run her against the blokes each and every time, and she's just done an incredible job.
Yeah, well, we did it from the first one, the Randwick Guineas, and she proved there that she was pretty special, and it's just mapped out perfectly, really. Every 2 or 3 weeks there's been a race for her. And yeah, we've got some good fillies in the fillies races, so it just seemed logical. But when she was brave first up in the Randwick Guineas, the Rose Silver Guineas, she got beaten at Whisker by Broadsiding, who's a very, very good 3-year-old colt. And she's done it herself today.
You think you'll back her up maybe next week? No, that's some kind of jewel that could headline day 2 of the championships. Treasure the moment v Aliana and the Oaks.
I'll let you do your job and I'll do my job. You're doing pretty good at what you do, so I'll see how she pulls up and try and make the right decision.
You do an amazing job. Congratulations, and to Denise as well. We'll catch up with her.
Very special with Denise. She's a lovely lady. Yeah, she really deserved it.
Well done, Chris.
Thanks.
To Karaka, the year that I bought her, Chris Bowden, Doncaster, had seen her. I wasn't there, but she's very
So Chris there,
Isabella.
just teasing us, saying there's a possibility. It would be unbelievable for the two of them to come together. It would be, like the Queen Elizabeth, something to just think about all week, because that's going to be some clash.
When we talk about the Adrian Knox earlier on, we said, well, we don't think those fillies are the ones that could really take on Treasure the Moment. And you mentioned whether there could be a horse out of the Derby, and this is the lone filly out of the Derby. And gosh, if they did take on each other, that would be one hell of a tussle, Emma.
Wouldn't it be? This guy, he's already locked and loaded his Oaks ride, but now you got a Derby win. And tell us about how she felt. She seemed to travel sweetly for you. She gets the trip. She does everything right.
Yeah, she was extraordinary. She left the barriers well, just travelled great from the outset. Felt a winner a long way out.
What about you though? Like you don't give much away, and that's, you know, Frosty, the nickname as well. But the way you're riding at the moment, like Group 1 after Group 1 after Group 1, you're just riding in the best form of your life. Do you feel like that?
I'm not riding in the best form of my life. I've ridden well for a long time. It's just you slowly build up to these opportunities, and you know the cattle. You can't. It doesn't matter how good you ride. If you don't have the horse underneath you, you can't produce. So it's just been a really good progression the last 5-6 years of my career. I've just been able to ride for bigger stables, get on better horses, and get some really good opportunities. And this year's been, you know, probably as good a season I've had. So yeah, really rewarding for hard work and just riding well consistently.
Do you think she could back up in an Oaks?
Hope not. No, she's a super filly. I'm sure if she pulls up well, she'd be capable. But yeah, leave that to the master.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Coming up on 7 horse races. Headline moment.
This is a demolition job.
And the 7 racing medal votes.
I know that. I know. Why did we? Why? Anyway, in the history of the championships, only 2 margins have been greater than this by winners. Winks and also Pride of Jenny in the Queen Elizabeth. Ooh. She won by 5.2 lengths.
Yeah, incredible performance. Incredible training performance, I think we should also add, because he stuck to his guns, Chris Waller said. He was running her in the Derby. This is this tantalising little carrot at the end of today. Frosty rides Treasure the Moment in the Oaks, but are we going to see them clash next week?
Well, something about that in a minute. So the votes, how did we go? So we've given Chris Waller, because it's a long-range plan, a filly to win the Derby. Damien Lane's had a fantastic day, so has Matt Laurie. So it could have gone anywhere, but we've gone Waller 3, Lane 2 and Laurie 1. Katie McDonald has phoned in. This is fair dinkum from Dubai, wanting to know if Aliana is backing up in the Derby. So
into the Oaks.
The Oaks, I should say. So there we are, the Australian Oaks. J-Max looking for the ride, obviously.
He's a greedy little bugger, isn't he? So he's already got Via Sistina in the Queen Elizabeth as well.
What a day we've got in front of us next week. The second day, the Queen Elizabeth will be very special, and it is Treasure the Moment versus Aliana. it will be an Oaks for the ages.
Yeah,
won't it?
certainly will. Even the Sydney Cup as well, when we're going to see Al Kantz taking her place. She's a complete star, and that was a demolition job today.
Saturday State Leagues, Richo Carlton might have a win. I wouldn't bank on it. Against the Southport Sharks. We'll find out tonight. And over in the Waffle, it's Subiaco and East Perth in those Saturday State Leagues. So looking forward to that. We're going to wrap up what's been an incredible day. Emma, you have been front and centre. You've been amongst all of it. It has been spectacular.
Oh, thank you, Bruce. We love bringing you this meeting each and every year, but my highlight has to be the form of B. Baker. Just saw him down the tunnel, and I tell you what, watch out, Cindy. You are in for a wild ride after the heroics of Steffi Magnetica and the Donny.
Good stuff. Richo, Lizzie, what a great day.
It's been a great day. Look after yourself getting out of here.
Yeah, good on you, Mac. It's been a beauty. The championships never fails to deliver.
No, they live up to their name. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have at the track.